Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Section 16.5, understanding interquartile ranges in statistical outliers. We're not going to worry about the outliers. We're just working with percentile. Percentile is buckets. What we're trying to do is quantify data in a range. Here we have salespeople that have sold white shirts over a period of time. What we want to do is say, well, who's in what percentile? You can see we have the MAC, 75th percentile, 50th percentile, and 25th percentile. And what we do is we can rank the individual as to their sales day. Where do they rank? We could sort this. I have a random in between here. I just use a random number. So sorting this is useless. The point is we can quantify and identify who the best sellers and the worst. And we just use this simple quartile function built into Excel. There are two different ways to quantify this information. We have we have three ways. We have a quartile without inclusion. We have a quartile with exclusion. And then we have an old school quartile where we can manipulate and make some changes. So in the first argument or the first function, we have quartile C2, C50. C2 to C50 is the information we're trying to pick apart. We're trying here to figure out what the max is in this range. Well, the max is 45. Why C2 to C50? This 5 minus 4 row, what we need here is a number 4 because the quartiles rank 0, 1, 2, 3. We modified this to develop our own number 4. Why don't we put a 4 in there? Because if we move this around, this will, you can adjust this. And basically all it says is 5 minus the row A1 will produce what? Row 1 is 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. If you move this around, you may have to change this hard-coded number. That's how we get the max number. Here we're looking at the third quartile, which is the 75th percentile. The second quartile, that's this number 2, is the 50th percentile, and the 25th percentile is 1. The quartile, all we did was we used a match. We used match. What are we trying to do? We're trying to match C2 to the row. What are we looking at? We're trying to find this row, and 31 is going to fit where? Right here. Because we're using -1, and we know that's exact or next largest. In terms of understanding how this works, it's a little backwards. This match is backwards from the way the quartiles are determined. Let's say we're looking at Robert. He sold 47 shirts. It would be quartile 1. Well, that's 1. When you're computing quartiles, number 1 is the 25th percentile. This is backwards. Just keep that in mind. If you're thinking, well, I'm looking at here, max, why are these numbers not jiving? For example, 16 is in the third quartile. It's in this quartile, 23. Remember, exact or next largest. So we're going up here. Look at number 20. 20 should be in the third quartile. 24 is just one above third quartile. So it ranks in the second quartile. We go up to the next largest, that -1. You want more details as to the percentile? We're looking at an array. Here we have the quartile, you have an array, and then you have the quartile. There we have C2, here's the array, C2 to C5, and then the quartile is 5 minus 4. We can change this. We can go, let's go 4. It does the same thing. We can also take this all the way to 0. So we can go 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 if we want. Brad Williams, Excel Prime, out. Williams out.